Hello and welcome to the Kaizen Project. I am the Kaizen Man. Today's video is about intermittent fasting or IF. Now I've been doing IF for the last 6 months or so, and I've dramatically decreased how much food I eat and how many times a day that I need to eat. But first, let's talk about what intermittent fasting is and what are the benefits. Intermittent fasting is eating for 8 hours a day and fasting for 16 hours a day. So typically you'll eat for between 12 and 8 in the daytime, and then you'll fast for the rest of the time. My first time experimenting with intermittent fasting was actually about 6 years ago when I didn't even know what IF was. And this is when I was on Survivor India. I was living in the jungles in the Philippines. Most days, if we didn't win challenges, there really wouldn't be too much food. And even if we did win challenges, which I was fortunate enough to be part of a team that consistently won, so we got to eat, but even that was not nearly the same amount of food that I was eating back home. But what I found was that I was a lot more alert and I was able to get through physical challenges and do all the things that I needed to do with very little food. So my body actually adapted to eating less food. When I came back, I kind of forgot about it. Earlier this year, I realized that I was eating all the time. You know, a lot of times we hear about eating 5 to 6 meals a day. You have to feed your body to get bigger and everything like that. I got really tired of having to eat all the time because I have a high metabolism, and it was only getting faster. The more I ate, the hungrier I got. The more I ate, the hungrier I got. I was constantly just putting all of my time and energy into trying to figure out what my next meal is gonna be. And I got tired. I thought back to my time on Survivor India, and I thought, how was I able to function with very little food? And that's when I started looking into intermittent fasting, and I realized that some movie stars like Dwayne Johnson or Hugh Jackman, when they want to get ripped for a particular role, they actually do intermittent fasting, and that's a really great way of keeping your muscle mass and at the same time getting leaner and burning your fat off. And in the last 6 months, I've consistently not eaten breakfast. I eat my first meal typically after 12 o'clock, and I eat my last meal before 8 o'clock. So all of my eating I do between 12 p.m. and 8. I usually have a coffee in the morning. I put a bit of coconut oil in there. You can watch the video here to find out more about that. And the fat in the coconut oil helps to slow release the caffeine. It also helps to give me a little bit of sustenance so I can survive the morning. The benefits of intermittent fasting that I have personally seen: I eat way less food now. I'm able to survive on 2, maximum 3 meals a day, and there's days when I go just eating 1 meal and I feel a lot more energized, I feel a lot more alert, and I also don't get that post-meal crash that I used to get when I was eating 5 to 6 meals a day. At that time, I was drinking 2 or 3 cups of coffee a day minimum, and now I can get by on 1, maximum 2 cups of coffee, and I'm totally fine. What I also realize is that digesting food takes a lot of energy from the body. So the more that you eat, the more energy your body needs to then digest that food. And it becomes this vicious cycle where you're eating more food to digest the food that you just ate. When you eat less food, your body is consuming less energy. So your body becomes a lot more efficient at processing food. Another benefit that I found was I was able to save so much time and money. When I don't have to eat 5 to 6 meals a day, I don't have to constantly think about what I'm going to be eating next. And I also save a lot of money. Intermittent fasting is a cheaper, healthier way to live. And another benefit that I've seen from intermittent fasting is I've been able to maintain my body weight. I'm still at 175 pounds, which is where I started off when I first started doing IF, but I've been able to change my body composition. I've lost fat and I've been able to keep my muscle mass exactly where it was. So there's lots of benefits of IF. The few that we talked about: decreased stress on your body from digesting food. The second is saving time and money. And the third is you get leaner. So that's intermittent fasting. And I highly suggest trying it out for yourself. I know it's a little bit hard in the beginning to skip breakfast, but believe me, the benefits that you see are tremendous. Bonus pro tip on this: drink lots of water, because when you start to fast, your body will start to go into halitosis. And just to keep all the people around you happy, drink lots of water and maybe even eat an apple a day to keep halitosis away. Check out intermittent fasting for yourself. You can always hit me up on any social media platform. Just use the hashtag the Kaizen Projekt. It's project with a K. Until next time, it's the Kaizen Man signing out.